Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you're always in the loop with the latest and greatest in the NFL. We've got some absolutely jaw-dropping news to break down today, and trust me, this one's gonna be a game changer. In an absolutely shocking turn of events, Deebo Samuel has left the San Francisco 49ers and signed with the Dallas Cowboys in one of the most high-profile trades we've seen in a while. Now, if you're like me, your mind is probably reeling right now. How did we get here? What does this mean for both teams? And most importantly, what does this mean for the 2025 NFL season? Well, buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into all of that. Deebo Samuel, a player known for his versatility and explosive talent, has been the heart and soul of the 49ers offense over the last few seasons. Whether he's lining up in the backfield, taking jet sweeps, or catching deep passes down the field, he's been a literal weapon for the 49ers, helping lead them deep into playoff contention year after year. But, as we all know, the NFL is a business, and when things aren't aligned in the way a player expects, big changes happen. This trade didn't just come out of nowhere, it's been building up for a while. There were whispers all offseason that Deebo was unhappy with his role in the offense, particularly with the heavy workload as both a running back and wide receiver. It's no secret that he's been taking a beating on the field. While he's a beast and can take hits like nobody else, it's also clear that using him in so many ways takes a toll, and for a player as valuable as Deebo, he doesn't want to risk his long-term health and career. So, let's backtrack a little and take a look at what led to this. Back in the 2022 season, Deebo was a key player for the 49ers. He was pretty much everywhere on the field running the ball, catching passes, and even making plays in the return game. He was, in every sense of the word, a dual-threat weapon. But that style of play, while incredibly effective, wasn't sustainable in the long term. Deebo started to make it clear that he wanted to be used more as a traditional wide receiver, not a player who would constantly be asked to run between the tackles like a running back. With the way the NFL has evolved, players like Deebo are so valuable because of their versatility, but that versatility has to be managed properly. He didn't want to risk injury by being overused in a role that exposed him to unnecessary punishment. It's one thing to be a hybrid player, but it's another thing entirely when your body is being used in ways that could shorten your career. At the same time, Deebo was looking for a major payday. And who could blame him? This guy is a game changer, one of the top players in the league when he's healthy. So, when the 49ers were hesitant to meet his contract demands, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Deebo wanted a deal that reflected his value to the team, and he wasn't about to settle for anything less. There were reports that the relationship between Deebo and the 49ers started to sour over this very issue. The 49ers front office wasn't willing to give him the contract he desired, and that led to some tension. It's not like the 49ers couldn't afford him, they just weren't willing to make him the highest paid player on the roster, which, for Deebo, was a huge sticking point. Fast forward to now, and it's clear that both sides have decided to part ways. And while it's been tough for 49ers fans to accept, Deebo getting traded to a team like the Dallas Cowboys makes so much sense. Enter Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. Jerry is known for making bold moves, and when you've got a player like Deebo Samuel on the market, you don't let him slip through your fingers. The Cowboys have been looking to take their offense to the next level, and Deebo is the perfect addition to an already explosive lineup. Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Tony Pollard are all weapons in their own right, but adding a playmaker like Deebo Samuel gives them the kind of firepower that can make them an NFC powerhouse. Think about it for a second, Deebo Samuel is one of the most unique players in the NFL. He can catch passes, he can run the ball, and he can even make a difference in the return game. The Cowboys, with all their talent, now have someone who can line up in multiple positions and make plays no matter where he is on the field. Whether it's a deep ball down the sideline, a quick slant, or a jet sweep to get him out in space, Deebo brings a versatility to the Cowboys that few teams in the league can match. Dak Prescott is already a proven leader, And adding Deebo to the mix gives him a dynamic weapon that can turn a simple pass into a 70-yard touchdown at any moment. The threat of Deebo's ability to turn short passes into big gains is something that's going to open up the rest of the field for the Cowboys. Defenses won't be able to key in on one or two players anymore. They'll have to account for Deebo at all times, and that's going to free up CeeDee Lamb to make plays down the field, or allow Tony Pollard to get more space to work with in the running game. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. While this trade is incredibly exciting for the Cowboys, we can't ignore the fact that this is also a huge blow to the 49ers. Deebo was one of their cornerstones. He's been a big part of their offensive identity. Losing him is going to leave a massive hole in their lineup, and it's not one that can be easily replaced. Sure, the 49ers have a solid roster, and they still have talent in other areas, but Deebo was the X factor for that team. His ability to make plays on any given play was what gave the 49ers their edge. Without him, they'll need to rely more on their defense and running game, and that means Trey Lance will have even more responsibility placed on his shoulders. The 49ers are in a tough spot. They have some great pieces, but how will they adjust without Deebo? Can they still contend for a playoff spot without him? Only time will tell, but this trade definitely sets the 49ers back in their quest to return to the Super Bowl. Now, let's take a deeper dive into the trade details. According to insiders, the Cowboys have sent a 2024 first-round pick, a 2025 third-round pick, and young defensive end Sam Williams to the 49ers in exchange for Deebo Samuel. It's a hefty price to pay, but when you're adding a player of Deebo's caliber, it's a price that you pay without hesitation. The Cowboys are clearly in win-now mode, and bringing in Deebo is a move that shows they're all in for the 2025 season. The 49ers, on the other hand, are clearly thinking about the future with this trade. They're getting a couple of high draft picks and a young defensive player in Sam Williams, who could contribute to their pass rush right away. And let's be real, while Deebo was a fantastic player, the 49ers have to think about their long-term future as well, especially with a new quarterback in Trey Lance. From a Cowboys perspective, this trade could very well put them in Super Bowl contention, but it's all going to depend on how well their offense gels with Deebo in the lineup. This is a huge opportunity for Dak Prescott to take his game to the next level and prove that he can lead a championship-caliber team. With Deebo in the fold, the Cowboys' offense has the potential to be one of the most explosive in the league. The NFC East just got a whole lot more interesting. And what does this all mean for the 2025 season? The Cowboys are now one of the top contenders in the NFC. Adding Deebo Samuel to their already loaded roster instantly makes them a team to watch. But can they put it all together and make a Super Bowl run? That's the million-dollar question. They've got the talent, but it's all about execution. As for the 49ers, they'll need to regroup and rework their offense, but they've still got a solid roster. The question will be how quickly they can adapt to life without Deebo. This move changes the landscape of the NFC in a big way, and I can't wait to see how everything plays out. What do you guys think? Does this move make the Cowboys Super Bowl favorites? Can the 49ers stay competitive without Deebo? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. As always, make sure to like the video if you're excited about this trade and subscribe to the channel for more breaking NFL news and analysis. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one.